Hey, Will King here, and today on the Build Show, we're going to be talking about CDL licenses and the requirements surrounding that and what you need to know as a builder or a contractor to keep you out of trouble surrounding that federal law. So behind me today, right here in our shop parking lot, is our 3/4 ton truck and our dump trailer. Thought this would be a good day to talk about it. Now, the first thing you need to know is that if it's your gross vehicle weight rating, so your GVWR of both your truck and your trailer, combined is over 26,000 pounds, you actually are required by federal law to have a Class A CDL. So GVWR, let's take a look at how to find that on your truck. So you're going to look at the door of most of your vehicles and find it. You can also look it up online if you don't find the sticker, but this one's here on the door, and it tells you GVWR 10,000 pounds. So now, fun fact, this is a Ram 2500 3/4 ton truck, and I did some looking today on the internet, and actually Ford, Chevrolet, Ram, they're all pretty consistent in that 10,000 pound range. So that's just a good rule of thumb to know for a 3/4 ton pickup truck. But now if you go to a 1 ton, it actually is going to step up closer to 11,000, 11,500 range. So now the trailer, the one behind me here, is actually 20,000 pound GVWR. And it also has a sticker here with the VIN number that tells you the GVWR. So together, this one's at 30,000 pounds. So obviously we're well over the 26 mark. So obviously with this rig, you have to have a Class A CDL. Now I think the part that commonly gets messed up with builders and contractors is when people start buying skid steers and they start buying mini X's for their jobs, and all of a sudden they go buy it, they go buy a trailer, and off they go. And then they realize maybe after the DOT officer pulls them over that they're over that 26,000 pounds. So when you're buying that, really pay attention to the weight of your machine and then the GVWR of your trailer. And now you can do it with a 3/4 ton. So most equipment trailers, as a base equipment trailer, they're going to have two 7,000 pound axles. So that'll give you 14,000 pound GVWR on your trailer. And if you have a 3/4 ton truck, you're actually only at 24,000. So you're good on not needing that CDL. But on that note, let me tell you this part. So if you look up the weight of an average skid steer, so a 75 horse Kubota, for example, which is probably one of the most common ones I see today, it's about 9,500 pounds. And then you add fuel, you add attachments, chains, binders, extra fuel, all the things. You're going to be well over 10,000 pounds, maybe even 11 or 12,000 pounds. But what you have to remember is if that trailer is rated at 14,000 pound GVWR, the gross vehicle weight, you have to deduct the weight of the trailer to then find what you can actually haul on your trailer. So you have to really pay attention to that, or you'll actually overload your trailer, which can be a danger to you and other people on the road as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so if we're going to talk about the requirements to get your CDL license, it's going to vary state to state. So wherever you live, you definitely want to look that up and decide, or look up with the state regulations that go above and beyond the federal requirements. But I know 21 years of age is going to be a standard in our country, no matter where you live. Also, things like clean driving record. There's even a health and fitness, or not fitness, but a health card that you have to have filled out by your doctor, and then that's a yearly thing actually to maintain your CDL license. So there are a few things surrounding that you need to look up depending on where you live. All right, so in the process of getting your CDL license, the first thing is you have to actually get your permit. So to do that in Alabama, there's actually an in-person course you have to take. And after that, you can go take your written test to then get your permit. So with your permit, you then have to drive with an experienced driver for a while. And then the actual take the test, the pre-trip and the driving course, that's the last step. And I will tell you, those two parts can be very difficult if you're not prepared for it, depending on if you're trying to do an air brake endorsement or manual transmission endorsement. Those things can definitely get more complicated, but just keep in mind that you can get a Class A CDL with just an automatic 1 ton or 3/4 ton pickup truck and a trailer. You just won't have an air brake endorsement, and you won't have a manual transmission endorsement on that CDL. So that's a good thing to remember when you're trying to get guys licensed that work for you. So guys, I hope you learned a little bit today about CDL licenses and why you need those as a builder or contractor. My point of this video is for you just to be a little bit more educated and aware of the requirements surrounding that and to keep you out of trouble. But guys, just remember, iron sharpens iron, so keep grinding, keep watching these videos, and we'll see you right here on The Build Show.